2, 1.
Blunt Conversations.
Action thing. All right, yo, everybody, what's good? It's your girl, Monique, and Just Still For Real.
Yes,
we have some new fun for you guys that we are bringing you because you know how we always kind of mesh in on each other's podcasts. You know, I have off topic, talk about my Knicks. And, you know, he has, as you see his shirt, the wrong agenda. So,
disclaimer, those are not my actual lips.
those are mine. Okay, so first topic of the century. I call it century because I feel like it. Don't mind me. So it's going to be the reboot culture. Yes. And today we have a nice guest with us. Dale, you want to introduce this one, don't you? I think you should, since this is, you know, your guy.
Should I bring him in and then introduce him?
Introduce him first, so then we could bring him in like, hey.
Okay, so this guest is my co-host on the Wrong Agenda podcast. Goes by the name OG Leak, and he's in the waiting room. Let's see if we can catch him doing something weird.
And
yeah, man, he's not doing anything weird. He's being
yo.
All right.
Yeah.
What's good, people?
What's good, Malik? Excuse us, OG Leak.
I just gave you a dope ass intro. I was hoping you was doing something weird.
Right, he was waiting. Hoping you was picking your nose or something.
I was, but then I heard I was coming in, so I had to pull my finger down real quick, you know. But
annoying. All right, so tell us about yourself, Malik. How do we know you? How does Dale know you?
Man.
Introduce yourself and give us a nice introduction into your worlds.
Oh man, I thought you just introduced me.
I did. I said wrong.
He did, but we still need to.
You already know me, man.
Thank you.
I'm OG Leak from the Wrong Agenda podcast, from Top Priority Clothing, and yeah, I host shows. I write movies. I do a lot.
Jack of all trades, I see.
Yeah.
Heard you, bro. All right, so today's topic, as I told the people, we're going to be talking about reboots. And you know how everybody keep rebooting movies and TV shows. So we're just going to
what a reboot is. Okay. Let's all give our definition of a reboot.
Can I ask you a question real quick before we say, is it just movies and shows we're talking about, or does songs count? Because they remake people's songs.
Oh,
right,
that's a good little point.
Let's start with what is a reboot?
No, let's start with the real definition of reboot.
Okay,
first.
yeah, give us the real. Oh, okay, so real definition. My bad.
Yes, I got.
She got the notepad.
All right, so the actual definition of a reboot is the reactivation of a television show or a movie. So I guess that answers your question, Malik, if songs count. But we're going to add songs in there because technically, I agree. That technically low-key counts. All right, so the reactivation of television show or a movie after the closing or shutting down. Well, I guess I don't know how you close it, so I guess shutting down.
All right. So then,
So what's your definition? Now put your own little spin. What is your definition? I would say mine agrees with that.
I was going to say it agrees with that, but I kind of thought it was just like a remake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, because well, what is a remake to you? What do you think a remake is? Like, because for me, a remake is like different people. Like a remake is like a whole new concept. Like it's like maybe the same show, but a whole different concept. A reboot to me is more so
the same
this
show.
Is going behind me, as you guys see what's going on behind me here. This is a reboot. This is like a real reboot. The Wonder Years, how they're doing it with just like a different cast, but like literally the same concept, but just like, you know, a different colored cast. That's like a reboot to me.
So now I want to change my definition.
Okay, what's your definition now?
Because y'all getting me all right. So according to the real definition of a reboot, then like Sex and the City would be technically a reboot because it's restarting after it closed. But I wouldn't have considered that a reboot.
I wouldn't consider that.
Just like that's just like Dexter. It closed, and now they're bringing them back.
But I feel like Sabrina is a reboot because we had Sabrina,
and
the
then
same things
and
that
they
she
just
was
doing the same.
They started
thing,
over back from a young age, her meeting her aunts again. I feel to me, reboot is like when you start it over. Like you doing
Thank
it
you.
over.
Like it's the same concept. Like if they
Yeah,
did Sister
you doing it
Sister, and it's
over.
like the same thing with two twins and a two thing. It's the whole same ass concept. Like nothing new. Just like I said, behind me.
Right.
Okay, so let me ask this: Did y'all any of y'all watch the movie Cruella?
No.
So basically, it was about Cruella. But remember, the original story was
about the Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, so I don't consider
that's
that
not
a
the
reboot.
reboot. No,
I don't
that's
consider
not
that a reboot.
That's actually a whole new movie.
It's a remake.
That's not even.
It's
I
about the same
movie.
thing,
I
though.
consider that a prequel. Like it's telling you how she got to there.
Right, a prequel.
I consider that a prequel.
Right.
Like,
it's not like the Dalmatians. It's about her story.
All right. So I got another one then. What about Mortal Kombat?
That
movie. I don't
is a reboot.
Watch that.
That's a reboot because you got the same characters. There was a Sub-Zero, there's a Sub-Zero. The same characters, but with new actors doing the same story from the beginning. To me, that's a reboot. That's a reboot.
Okay.
All right. So now let's get into this. What are some of your dislikes about reboots? Like, what do you guys like?
Trash. You take everything that's special about them and they suck it out.
I can give you an example.
Okay, give us an example.
I can. Well, it speaks for itself. That's the only reason why I said I can give you an example.
Okay.
We all seen the movie Belly. Belly 2.
That wasn't really a reboot, though, was it?
They had Belly. Didn't they have another Belly? They just recently made another Belly, no?
Belly 2, and the shit was so. They did the same exact stuff.
Yeah,
it just was on the West Coast, but it was so horrible.
Yeah,
I never watched this, so.
Well, don't. I'm just gonna let you know that now.
Don't do that to the people in Belly.
Don't do it.
Leave them alone. Well, my dislike thing. Here's my thing for reboots. Here's how I feel about them. I'm gonna say this. I'm low-key tired of them because be creative and do your own thing. Like, I don't honestly sit here and need to see a bunch of shows I watched back in the day already. Do your own thing. Like, if y'all want to do the recreations and the continuations, fine. But to sit here and reboot the whole ass show with like a different cast, but with the same shit going on, no, that shit is annoying to me. Like, stop doing that shit. That shit is trash.
All right, but
I'm over that.
I got a question because I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing with rebooting is.
Okay.
Spider-Man. They've made that. Is it a reboot?
Yeah, that's definitely a reboot.
Spider-Man's are definitely reboots. Spider-Man's are definitely
every
reboots.
Cartoon, every movie when they start him. I'm gonna put it to you like this. This is me. This is where I'm gonna draw
because
my line.
It doesn't all start off the same.
This is where I'm gonna draw my line. If
it's the same concept.
If you using different actors to play the same characters.
Yes,
a part of the story that
like
we've
Barney
already
or
seen.
some shit like that.
Like,
right.
Okay, Spider-Man is a great example. Glad you said that because
that was weird.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker is the kid, right? We know that.
Is that Tobey Maguire's character?
There's Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, the other guy. They all played Peter Parker, the same character. And not only that, they all started from when he moved in with his Aunt May and his Uncle Ben died.
And then they get bit by a spider.
Yeah, once you start back again, that's a reboot, bro.
Not all of them. I've seen one
majority.
Nah,
I've seen one. No. I've seen one when he was already living with his aunt, and she never even had a man. She was young.
Bro.
Yo, shut
that's
up.
not true,
Ooh,
bro.
that one little detail doesn't even count,
that's
though.
different. They never did that, bro.
Far from home.
To me, that one little detail wouldn't count. It would still be a reboot because technically everything is still going on.
He said it in the movie. Uncle Ben died, bro. His Uncle Ben died.
Far from home.
But maybe it was her.
What was that
husband?
one? Far from home.
Not step-husband.
Every time they change the actor, they start back from the beginning.
Well, homie, this is one of the newer ones. He didn't even have an Uncle Ben, bro.
He died. That's why he did.
Maybe y'all need to go watch that. Y'all need to both go watch that together and figure that out.
I've seen Spider-Man. I know he died.
Bro,
he died, bro. He died.
When I'm telling you,
y'all gonna argue about Spider-Man for the rest of the day? Give a damn about the.
You know who was dead? Iron Man was dead.
Bro, his Uncle Ben died.
Oh my God. They're gonna argue about Spider-Man all day. Y'all gonna annoy my whole soul because I don't even watch Spider-Man. I don't give a damn about Spider-Man. Spider-Man counts as a
Charmed.
Reboot, okay?
Charmed is another one. Charmed,
yes. Charmed
they
is another
started
one.
with the three sisters meeting each other again. They already met.
Now, if they would have had the sisters from before in it, then it would have been like, okay, it's a continuation because it's like, all right, now they're trying to teach the new girls.
But they can't do that because they use the sisters were the same people. So it would make no sense for them to be older and younger unless it was time travel or something. But they were the same girls. So yeah, whenever you use the same people Like,
and the same concept.
I take Saved by the Bell, for instance.
And I had the same names.
Saved by the Bell just did a new show. I consider that not a reboot because they didn't do Zach and Screech and Slater. They're older. That's their kids. So that's like a continuation to me. Yeah,
and that's so Raven show. Like all of that shit is continuations because the same characters are still in it, but they have like, you know, younger versions. And it's not them though.
Bum ass Rugrats.
Oh God. Oh God.
Bum ass Rugrats.
And here's my Rugrats is a reboot, but they did it with a twist because they made Phil and Lil's mom a lesbian, from what I heard. And she wasn't a lesbian in the original.
Started over. That's all I know.
She was
like no, she wasn't. She had a husband, Stu. Was it Stu or Lou?
Wait, he's not there?
You see?
He's not in this
not
one.
there?
I don't think so. Because she's
supposed
to be
a lesbian with a whole 1-year-old babies.
Well, I guess maybe they divorced or something. I don't know, but she's supposedly gonna make her lesbian in this new reboot. So I don't know. I don't know if I consider that a reboot. I mean, we knew that as children.
It is a reboot. It is a reboot.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't. Yeah,
because they start whenever you start people's ages back. That's a reboot to me. Don't go back.
True.
Yeah,
true. Right.
You can't go back in time. You go back in time. Like,
it's not like all. And that's so weird because they did all grown up. So how y'all gonna do a reboot of Rugrats? Like y'all can't just go back.
They want to. They want to get older.
Start over.
They want to get.
Niggas can't give it up. Niggas couldn't give it up.
People didn't like all grown up. They was like, these is weird.
Nah, dead ass. That shit was stupid. I'm not.
I like the first. I like the first few episodes.
The first, right. It was cool for a little bit, and I was just like, all right, this is no, I can't. Okay, but so Dale, back to the reboots, and as y'all see my little behind the screen behind me. Dale, so you watched. Dale, you watched Wonder Years. So how did you feel? What did you feel about it? As them coming back as a black cast.
Now that we discussed our definitions of reboots, I have to change my thoughts on the Wonder Years now.
Again?
Okay.
Now I kind of feel like the Wonder Years, I'm gonna give it a title of a reimagining and not a reboot.
A reimagining? So what's a reimagining? What's that?
Okay, so a reimagining is when you take the basic idea of a story, but you change the characters to make the story different. Because the whole premise of this show, the reason why I actually watched it, I just happened to come on Hulu after I was watching something. I could say that I don't think this little kid is not Kevin. Kevin is the guy from the Wonder Years. This little kid, he don't act nothing like him. They don't try to make him like him. It's a very racial tone to the show. Like, it's about a black kid living in a town with white kids. The other show, I didn't really get that same vibe. It was just like a sitcom type thing. So I feel like they took the idea of the Wonder Years and it's like.
But then my thing is, why couldn't you name it something else?
It wouldn't be a remake.
I agree with you with that. It should. If it was not called the Wonder Years, it would just be a good show.
Right, like that's my thing. Like, why does it have to be called the Wonder Years? Why can't you just make it a whole new show with that concept?
They just wanted to grab people and use the name because it's really not.
Honestly, low key, I feel like if y'all try to do a Martin with white people, we would kind of be upset. Let them come out with Martin with the white version.
I'm here for Marty.
Now this,
bro, they couldn't even. I wouldn't even. Who would play that character?
Who? White Martin?
Word.
Yeah, I got one person in mind.
Who?
Jim Carrey.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Jim is too old.
I was gonna say that.
He is.
Now, but
he's the only other person that I could see in my mind.
Come on, there's funny white guys, bro. There's funny white guys.
I'm trying. But it has to be a certain type of funny white guy. Like, it can't be Will Ferrell because Will Ferrell does. He's a funny white guy, but he does too much.
People. Give me some of the young actors.
All I know is the old white people. Like, what you mean? I'm sorry. I'm old. I can't help it.
The only young character we know is what's his name? Taylor
Lautner. Zac Efron.
They're not even funny.
Zac Efron is funny. Zac Efron is funny.
I would do a party with Zac Efron.
Now I'm about to DM him. I like that, actually.
Zac Efron.
All right, maybe Zac, but Taylor Lautner is a rap. He's done.
Who's his Gina?
Gina, let me see. Who's a funny
No, I was about to say Fox, but now.
Hell no.
You know what? A lot of people would get tight, but I ain't gonna lie to you. My son from Brooklyn Nine-Nine gonna be Martin. That nigga funny, bro.
Oh, the main character, right? What's his name?
He funny, bro.
You talking about
I like the slim nigga, the tall slim one.
He funny.
That's my nigga. That's my nigga. I can't front. That's my nigga. Him or Zach. I would take him or Zach.
Him or Zach.
He could be Cole. No, he's Cole.
Oh, he could be. Yeah, he's definitely Cole.
He's definitely Cole.
So he's Cole.
He's definitely.
You gotta change the whole cast.
Who's Tommy?
Who's Pam?
Now we can really cast
that's
this.
tough. Pam is tough. Who would be Pam?
We gotta think of some funny, like
Pam. I don't know funny. I would be saying old people. That's the thing. I don't know any funny. Like I don't watch the younger. Like I'm old people. I'm showing my age right now for real. Like I can't think of no younger white girls. I'm trying to.
You gotta get into
Caucasian. Sorry, Caucasian.
You gotta get into the younger. You gotta get into the younger zone. You gotta get. The young comedy zone.
Who could play Pam?
I don't know.
They out there. There's some funny. There's some funny ones out there.
Y'all hit us up in
Little Dicky could be on that show.
Oh,
right on the show.
Little Dicky funny as heck.
Right.
Yo, Little Dicky mad funny.
Batty, what's her name? What's the girl's name? Batty. Cash me outside. How about that?
Yeah,
she could be Pam. She could be Pam.
She could be on there.
She could be Pam. Who could be Gina?
That Gina one gonna be hard.
Yeah, Gina's hard as fuck to do.
How's Gina gonna be hard?
Because it's a certain like.
You're gonna have to get Miley Cyrus or somebody.
Right. It will have to be
I would be here for Miley Cyrus as Gina.
But she's older than the Cash Me Outside girl. And she's not older than Zac Efron.
I would be here for Miley Cyrus, Gina. I ain't gonna lie. People will get mad, but I'll be here for it.
We're gonna come back to that. Watch.
Yeah, well, let's go back.
Put that in the post.
Yo, we should do an episode. We should do an episode of casting, like fan cast.
We cast our
we cast our shows. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Where we gonna come back to them. Remember when we was talking about in this episode? Right.
That could be a next season thing. We're gonna do the casting. That's right. All right, so back to what you.
All right, so all in all, tell us about. So all in all, basically what we're saying is Wonder Years should have had a different name. Like it's a cool show, cool concept, but it doesn't need to be called The Wonder Years because we had The Wonder Years with white people already. We don't need another The Wonder Years.
Nothing about it that has to make it called The Wonder Years. Nothing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just it's always weird to me. Do your own thing. Make up your own name. Like it doesn't have to be. You don't have to have the same name and try to catch attention. That's how I feel like y'all do that. Y'all just want to.
All right. With that being said, what would you call the show? If you could change the name.
Hell, if I didn't make the damn show, so I don't know. I didn't watch it.
But if you didn't watch it.
I watched it.
All right, so being that
I'm not gonna watch it, I might watch it.
If you could change the name of the show, what would you change it to?
At this point, it wouldn't even matter because the name The Wonder Years doesn't really mean much to me anyway. So it could have just been called anything. It could have been
anything but The Wonder Years.
how I spent my young days.
Just living my life, right?
You know
Back in the day,
my family back in the day or something.
Black life in the 90s and the 80s, whatever. Something.
Yeah, it could have been
like growing up black. Like, what's up? Like anything could have been but The Wonder Years. Like, why did it have to be The Wonder Years? No, you don't. No,
because then imagine if you was a fan of The Wonder Years and you like, oh, okay, this gonna be related to The Wonder Years and you watch it. Right. It has nothing to do with get the shit on my face. That's
right. Get the sorry. I gotta attack my bees. Okay, yes, I agree. Wonder Years, you might have been a good show. I didn't watch, but I take Dale's word for it. I know the actor, the main character that plays the dad. I know he's a great actor. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name. I know he's a great actor, so I'm sure it's good. But like I said, let's change up names. You don't need to keep names. So all in all, are y'all yay or nay for reboot cultures? I'm nay. Nay. I'm yay for continuations. I'm all for continuation culture. Let's start that up. Continuation culture. But
I'm not gonna just write it off completely because I feel like some reboots are better than.
I say leave shit where it is and do your own thing.
Okay, I can say that.
Be creative.
All right, well,
I can agree with that.
What reboot do you think worked? Like, which one do you think was good? Like, better than the original? Shit, you about to get jumped by everybody.
Yeah, you put me on the spot.
I'm about to say, I don't feel like no reboots was good.
What?
Leave everything.
Show
movies included. Because shows is just not movies included.
Movies.
Oh, we ain't named no movies. We ain't named no reboot movies.
I can't remember the. Let me see if I could find it real quick.
Oh, I could tell you one. Star Trek. I watched the rebooted Star Trek.
I like the reboot of Carrie.
I never seen it.
Carrie was good. I liked it. It was more vulgar, the killing, I would say. The killing was more vulgar.
I watched the reboot of Star Trek because Star Trek is boring as fuck. But I happened to watch the reboot and I was like, oh, this shit is good. It was different.
Shut up. I like all the Halloween reboots.
Oh. horror movies reboot all the time.
But those aren't reboots because they come back
those.
to kill new people. They don't really count as reboots.
They come back to kill.
Those Chucky
they always suck.
Chucky
is a reboot. Halloween isn't a reboot. Chucky is a reboot. Halloween and Jason
was so trash, bro.
Nightmare on Elm Street, those are not reboots. But Chucky, yes.
I feel like the horror movies these days though are not. They're not up to par with what they was back in the day.
They're not.
Nowhere near like. They're not even. They try to make them funny now.
That could be a different show. That's not a reboot conversation, but I definitely agree with that shit for sure.
Yeah. So
what's your favorite reboot?
Mine is Carrie because I can't think of nothing else that's good.
I can't think of nothing right now. To be honest with you,
I feel like Carrie was the only thing I agree with. And I'm not talking about Sex and the City. I'm talking about the movie Carrie where the bitch killed everybody because that prom, that shit was lit. Now I will forever love that movie. All of the people deserve that shit. And I was hyped when she killed them. They were like, woohoo, get him. Close that damn door. Get them niggas. Sorry.
I can't even think of that right now.
All trash.
Seriously, do your own thing, people. Let's get creative.
Yeah, I gotta agree with her. Do your own thing.
Stop staying in the past.
I agree.
Thank you.
I reboots. Keep them. I agree. Fuck them.
Thank you. So reboots, nay. Stop. Do your own thing. Get creative. Leave us alone. Stop trying to take us back to the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s. No, we don't. We're stepping into the future. We're in a whole new millennium, okay? Stop
exactly.
Anywho's, sorry, I just blacked. But thank you, OG League, for joining us. We shall have you back on our episode of the Book of Questions. What? Wait. Did I forget something?
Yeah.
What happened?
Sort of. Not really. I mean, we didn't plan it, but okay. So what? I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't want it to run on too long, but how do you feel with people remaking people's songs? Because we didn't really talk about it.
I don't care about that. If the person's cool with it, cool. Songs I don't mind, as long as it's not trash.
I will say this. I've been listening to a lot of remake songs, and it seems like people are, I guess they're remaking these songs because they can't get creative enough to make their own.
Yeah, actually, true.
And that's really how I feel.
Right, I agree. Yes,
a lot of hit makers, if you listen to hit makers joints, it's always a remake of something else.
Or something OD similar.
Yeah, and I feel like Summer Walker does a great job when she does those, but anybody else, it's kind of, some people work, some people don't, but I'd rather you do your own thing.
Because everybody be creative, right? Like creativity, it's a creative shit for creative process. Be creative. Stop doing other old shit. Do new shit. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
Any last words? Thank you, Malik. Any last words from anybody?
Be creative. Do your own thing.
What the hell happened there? He left us?
I'm here.
No, he's there. New ideas. Don't be afraid to take little parts from other places. Like I get you like the movie, but you don't have to remake the movie.
Like
but you can take certain ideas and twist it around and make it your own.
Thank you.
That's all I gotta say. Same thing with songs and movies and TV shows. All of that. Be creative.
Be creative, people. Agreed. Perfectly said. Dale, anything you would like to say to the people?
Yeah, more originality, less reboots. Let's take chances. Let's create more great stuff.
Take chances. Get messy. Make mistakes. In the words of Miss Frizzle.
Right on.
And don't y'all dare try to reboot Miss Frizzle.
No, that is gonna reboot.
I swear I thought I heard that. That's why I said it. Because I swear I thought I heard that. But maybe it'll be a good reboot. But that could be a reboot if they don't do the same people. Like she should be dead, low-key, you know?
Yeah, she should be gone.
Yeah, nah, come on. No, don't reboot Miss Frizzle. Leave Miss Frizzle alone and just put the show back on Netflix. Period.
I feel like if you're gonna reboot, I'm not for reboots. I'm against reboots.
You can't keep saying we about to leave and then keep coming back to talk about the topic.
No, this is my final words. You interrupted my ouch. My last words, like I was going to the death row. Like you have any last words? Like, you never know. This might be it for me. I gotta get it out.
Not bad. Go ahead.
But yeah, like I don't like reboots. If you're gonna do it, I can't even say that. I just don't like reboots. Screw it. Go ahead.
Continuations only.
The original.
Right. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, OG League, for joining us today. We shall have him back on very soon, of course. And look out for us. We got some shit coming with him too, of course. Y'all know we always have to have some with OG League in the building.
Yeah.
And let us know who y'all think should be in Marty.
Right. We're gonna do a poll.
Marty Leibowitz.
Yeah. We'll put up a poll with this. Shut the fuck up.
The white version. The white version of Martin that we're casting. Let us know, because there's some hilarious people out there. We need to know who's gonna be Gina. Like, who do y'all think
help us out, y'all. Who y'all think should be Gina? Leave answers in the comments, in our DMs, etc., etc. Thank you guys for joining us. We shall see y'all next week.